Hi everyone, it's John Mitchell. In this video we're going to look at motivation, and more specifically one of the motivation theories that we need to know in this course, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Over the next 3 videos we're going to look at 3 different theories on what motivates employees, because what we're trying to do is figure out, alright, what's some ways that an organisation can improve motivation with their employees, because motivating employees or motivated employees can lead to improved productivity, achievement of goals, stronger culture, all those type of things. There are many different theories out there on what motivates employees, but also what motivates humans in general. And we're going to look at 3 of those theories specifically. And it's important to note that you must know all 3 of those particular theories. You can't just choose one and know it well, because you can be asked specifically about any of the 3. So, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is what this video is going to look at, and what it is a hierarchy of human needs. So you can see on the right hand side there's a hierarchy where we start down the bottom with the physiological, then we move up to the safety, love and belonging, or what we can call social needs, then on to esteem needs and self-actualization. Now, if we're going to transfer that into the workplace and look at, all right, what does that mean for employees? If we look at the physiological needs, that can be things like basic pay and basic working conditions. So Maslow is saying that, right, employees initially will be motivated by that, and then once that's been satisfied, then they'll move up to the safety needs. So things like ensuring they have job security, making sure there's a safe workplace. Social needs, or love and belonging, is looking for strong working relationships. Esteem needs is based on getting recognition, so building self-esteem, responsibility, things that make the employee build their self-esteem and feel good about themselves. And then self-actualization is about achievement, about the employee achieving their best. So it could be things like challenging and interesting work, career advancement, and those kind of opportunities that you might make available to an employee. So again, if we have a look at this particular theory in how it works, so now that we know what each level is and what's involved in each level, now we need to know, well, how does this theory work? Because it is unique in, and there's been lots of theories come about because of Maslow's theory, and they've adapted Maslow's theory. But how Maslow works is that the lower needs will be a motivating factor until it is satisfied. So if we start down the bottom, the employee will be motivated by basic pay and working conditions until that is satisfied. And if it is not satisfied, then that will continue to be a motivating factor. But let's say that, all right, we've provided the employee with good pay, good working conditions. Now they'll move up the hierarchy and they'll be motivated by safety. They'll want job security, they'll want a safe working environment. So it's the job of the organisation then to satisfy those needs. Once they're satisfied, they'll move up to the next level, which is love and belonging, or social needs, and then they'll be wanting strong relationships, and that will be a motivating factor. Once we satisfy that particular need, they'll move up the chain again to self-esteem. Then we try and satisfy that particular need and move them up to self-actualization. And so once it is satisfied, the employee will be motivated by the next factor in the hierarchy. That's really important. It can't go in any order. Maslow found that that was the particular order that the hierarchy worked in. So we can class the bottom 3 levels as lower needs, and the reason we do that is we can look at those and say that these are more extrinsic factors, things that are given to the employees, things like basic working conditions, pay, job security, all those type of things. And then the higher needs are more intrinsic factors, so things that are motivating from within, that are making the employee really, I suppose, come from within themselves. They want self-esteem, they want to achieve their best. It's all about these intrinsic factors. Now the beauty of that, we want to push the employees up the hierarchy, because if we get them into the esteem where they're after career advancement, promotion opportunities, recognition from really good work done, and then self-actualization where they're achieving their best, if we have them up the higher levels of this hierarchy, what that will mean, they will be achieving themselves, which should mean that the organisation is then achieving. So the higher up we go, the more motivated the employee will be, which will really impact the organisation in a positive manner. So implications for human resource management. Well, managers could identify where the staff are on the hierarchy and implement strategies to satisfy those needs. So for example, if we go back to our hierarchy here, if there have been some workplace accidents, it might be then that employees are looking on the safety level, and so that they're looking for a safe work environment, and therefore the manager or the organisation need to implement some strategies. So it could be training so that employees know how to use equipment well, or putting in more safety procedures or safety guards and things like that to ensure that they're minimising the risk there. And then all of a sudden they'll move up the hierarchy. But another implication is that, understanding that employees will more than likely be at different stages on the hierarchy. So if we're talking about large organisations here with lots of employees, no doubt that throughout an employee's career, they'll be at different stages of that particular hierarchy. It could be that graduate people that are coming out of university and graduates will be right down the bottom there, looking for basic paying conditions because they haven't earned lots of money before. Those that are further on in their career, they may be up to the self-esteem or self-actualization level. So in order to push employees up the hierarchy, it's important to understand that they will be at different stages on the hierarchy, and therefore many different strategies may be needed in order to satisfy those different needs. And they're just a couple of examples of some strategies that could be used at each level. So if we just pick a couple out there, longer term contracts or safety procedures to meet the safety needs, promotion, recognition and rewards programs to help the esteem needs and push them up to self-actualization. So if we have a look at an example here, we've got David, who is our manager. It doesn't matter what kind of organisation, but let's say there's two employees. One employee is quite lonely and wants better relationships with co-workers, and then you've got another employee who is fearing job security. So you can see there that they're at different levels of the hierarchy, and that can often happen within an organisation. So David decides, well, we need to have a number of different strategies. So we're going to go bowling once a week or once a month, to help build really strong relationships between workers. And then we're also going to try and ensure that we can put employees on longer term contracts to help reduce the fear of job security and push them up the hierarchy, up Maslow's hierarchy. So that can be some real goals that they can do to implement different strategies to ensure that different employees that are on different stages of the hierarchy are continually being able to move up the hierarchy into those higher order of needs. So just to recap, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is based on 5 needs: physiological or basic needs, safety, social, then they move to the higher order of needs, which is the self-esteem and self-actualization needs. The lower needs will be a motivating factor until they are satisfied. Only when they are satisfied will the employee then move up to the next level of needs. And then the employees can be at different stages on the hierarchy, so as a result, it's important that managers or organizations employ a variety of strategies. So for questions, activities and more, then come on over to teachingbubble.com.